Halal Industry a pivotal role in driving Islamic economy. 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda to be revised. Salam Malaysia Madani, you're watching Malaysia Tonight with me, Renee Fong. The halal industry plays a pivotal role in driving Malaysia's Islamic economy. The industry offers a broader spectrum of opportunities extending beyond the financial sector and encompassing SMEs, farmers, fishermen and retailers. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim emphasised on the industry's potential to contribute to the nation's economic growth and social development while preserving Islamic values in line with the Madani economy framework.
Dari sudut yang agak berbeza, ia memberikan satu gambaran bahawa ekonomi Islam itu bukan lagi terletak pada institusi keuangan yang sebelumnya menerajui ekonomi Islam dari sudut penolakan sistem riba dan ada kejayaan yang telah dicatat. Tetapi kalau dilihat dari segi maqasid syariah keseluruhan, ada usaha dan upaya peningkatan ini ialah memperluaskan ekosistem supaya matlamat itu harus dicapai.
He said this at the opening of the Malaysia International Halal Exhibition MIHAS 2024 today. He added Malaysia's commitment to the halal industry has garnered international attention, with discussions on halal matters frequently discussed during his foreign visits. The government is actively promoting cooperation with other countries to expand trade and halal activities. Technical and vocational education and training TVET industry players are urged to contribute and create an ecosystem that supports TVET graduates and experts in the halal industry. Deputy Prime Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said this move will further reinforce Malaysia's role as a global leader in the industry that is currently valued at over $3 trillion in the global market. He encouraged TVET industry players, particularly in food and ingredients, to contribute in developing skilled halal auditors with the technical expertise needed to ensure the authenticity and integrity of halal practices.
Adalah sesuatu yang baik jika mereka yang telah keluar daripada universiti atau TVET yang mengetahui seluk-beluk mengenai pengeluaran sijil halal ini dapat digunakan dan dijadikan sebagai sumber dalaman dan luaran.
He said this in his opening remarks at the World Halal Business Conference WHBC 2024 held at the Malaysia International Trade and Exhibition Centre MITEC today. The Entrepreneur and Cooperative Development Ministry, KUSCOP, is targeting a potential investment of 80 million ringgit through the participation of 26 halal companies and 14 local brand franchise companies at the Malaysia International Halal Showcase MIHAS 2024. Minister Dato' Ewan Benedict said the amount involved the target sales value of 30 million ringgit for halal industry products and 50 million ringgit for franchise industry products. In the previous edition of MIHAS, KUSCOP obtained a total sales value of 20 million ringgit through halal industry products.
Mudah-mudahan dalam tempoh 3 hari ini akan ada lagi syarikat lain yang datang ke MIHAS 2024 berbincang dengan para pempamir dan seterusnya menandatangani ataupun memeterai kerjasama perniagaan.
He was opening the KUSCOP MIHAS Pavilion and witnessing the signing of 4 memorandums of understanding MOU involving local halal entrepreneurial companies with domestic and foreign business partners at the Malaysia International Trade and Exhibition Centre, MITEC, today. He said KUSKOP's participation with local entrepreneurs at MIHAS is proof of the government's commitment in promoting local entrepreneurs to the global level. MIHAS 2024, organised by the Malaysian Foreign Trade Development Corporation, MATRADE, is taking place from today until 20th September. Health screening results for 392 children rescued from charity homes linked to Global Ikhwan Service and Business Holdings GISBH during OP Global have uncovered signs of both physical and emotional abuse among the victims. Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Razaruddin Hussein said police also identified elements of sexual grooming, child labour exploitation and child neglect.
Sehingga 16 September, proses saringan kesihatan yang telah pun pihak KKM jalankan di Pulau Apung ke atas 392 mangsa yang terdiri daripada 202 kanak-kanak lelaki dan 190 kanak-kanak perempuan telah pun selesai, alhamdulillah. So hasil daripada saringan tersebut memang terdapat daripada pihak KKM, kita dapati ada elemen-elemen dari sudut jenayah, dari sudut jenayah fizikal dan juga emosi telah berlaku yang memerlukan penilaian lanjut lagi dari segi kesihatan emosi terhadap mangsa-mangsa yang kita selamatkan ini.
Met by reporters today, he said 149 out of the 392 children rescued are now being sheltered at 4 Social Welfare Department JKM safe shelters. The remaining are still housed at the Police Training Centre Pulapol and will be transferred to JKM's safe shelters in stages. Meanwhile, Tan Sri Razaruddin noted that police have frozen 96 accounts belonging to GISBH, which have been identified under Section 44, Subsection 1 of the Anti-Money Laundering and Anti-Terrorism Financing and Proceeds of Unlawful Activities Act 2001.
Hingga kini sebanyak 96 akaun melibatkan GISB yang kita kenal pasti dan kita trace, yang mana jumlah yang kita bekukan aset ini lebih kurang RM581,552. 31 sen telah dibekukan di bawah Seksyen 44.1 Amrafa 2021. Sebanyak 4 akaun telah pun ditutup apabila yang kita siasat tu.
In the 11th September operation, police rescued 402 children and teenagers aged between 1 and 17, suspected to have been victims of exploitation at 18 charity homes in Selangor and 2 in Negeri Sembilan. The raid also revealed instances of neglect and abuse of the children and teenagers residing in the charity homes, leading to the arrest of 171 individuals, including 105 women. On a related development, 3 investigation papers related to the OP Global operations have been submitted to the Attorney General's chambers today. Tan Sri Razaruddin said 2 of the papers pertain to investigations under the Sexual Offences Against Children Act in Negeri Sembilan, while the third involves a case under Section 354 of the Penal Code.
Dan pecahan bagi Negeri Sembilan pula di dalam fasa 1 ini yang kita rujuk kepada Peguam Negara, 2 kertas siasatan bawah Seksyen 14A Akta Keserangan Seksual terhadap Kanak-kanak 2017 dan 1 kertas siasatan di bawah Seksyen 354 Kanun Keseksaan. Ketiga-tiga kertas siasatan ini sedang dirujuk oleh Tuan Fazli untuk mendapat arahan lanjut daripada pihak AGC.
He also said police will apply for an extension of the suspect's remand order to facilitate further investigations. And to date, a total of 33 investigation papers on GISBH have been opened. Tan Sri Razaruddin also stressed that the chairman of the organisation would be called to help with the investigations. Tan Sri Razaruddin said police had also issued a restriction order to GISBH management from leaving the country. The Ministry of Health MOH has detected one positive case of Mpox Clade 2 variant yesterday. Health Director General Datuk Dr. Muhammad Razzi Abu Hassan said the case was identified from 58 suspected Mpox cases referred to the ministry this year. He said the patient is a male citizen who began exhibiting symptoms of fever, sore throat and cough on 11th September, with a rash appearing on 12th September. The individual, who is currently in isolation, has no history of overseas travel within the 21 days prior to the onset of symptoms and is now in stable condition. The Mpox Operations Room, activated on 16th August at the National Crisis Preparedness and Response Centre, CPRC, continues to monitor the Mpox situation and coordinate various preparedness and response measures. Since 26th of July 2023, 10 Mpox cases recorded in the country have been from the Clade 2 variant only. Next, Malaysia achieves 43% of 248 indicators for SDG. Malaysia to date has achieved 43% out of 248 latest indicators of Sustainable Development Goals SDG, compared to the world average of 17%. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim today said the performance is a sign that Malaysia has successfully faced the challenges through reforms, but it is not a permanent guarantee.
Bila dalam perbincangan saya menyatakan jangan buat ukuran begitu, itu hanya memberi sedikit petanda, tetapi apakah kita harus tanya, apakah pertamanya tahap pencapaian cita-cita ekonomi madani dan SDG ini sesuatu yang perlu bagi negara dan bagi manusia. Sekiranya jawapannya itu perlu, maka kita harus bergegas dengan upaya yang lebih untuk mencapai suatu prestasi yang lebih baik. Itu bagi saya tanda aras kita.
He said this in his keynote speech while officiating at the SDG Summit 2024 today. The 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda needs to be revised in line with country's economic growth. Deputy Economic Minister Datuk Hanifah Hajar Taib stressed the importance of close cooperation among stakeholders to achieve the objective.
This summit is also critical in co-creating the vision of Malaysia that we want in the next 5 years. We have curated 6 plenary and 10 parallel sessions with 30 exhibition booths that showcase our progress and actions, and I urge all of you to make full use of the event.
Speaking at the Malaysia Sustainable Development Goals SDG Summit 2024, she noted that the country's climate targets had been significantly impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Datuk Hanifah Hajar emphasised that strong cooperation among all stakeholders is essential for achieving Malaysia's 2030 Sustainable Agenda, which is just 6 years away. This is especially crucial given the severe impact of climate change in recent years. SDG 13, which focuses on combating climate change, is therefore more relevant than ever. At the same time, she also hoped that the participants on Malaysia's 2024 Sustainable Development Agenda will provide their point of view in framing the 13th Malaysia Plan. In the effort to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals SDGs, concrete measures must be implemented in every area, including parliamentary constituencies, according to Social and Economic Research Initiative SAHIH Chairman Nurul Izzah Anwar. And she emphasised that uncontrolled development and extreme climate changes require serious attention. On the goals, Nurul Izzah said that the first one is to eradicate poverty.
Jadi pada saya, SDG pertama apa dia? Untuk menyahkan kemiskinan, to see an end of poverty. Justru kalau kita tak memahami konteks, contohnya cabaran-cabaran orang yang duduk di PPR berlainan dengan cabaran orang yang duduk di desa atau di kampung-kampung, termasuklah Sabah, Sarawak dan juga Semenanjung.
She said this to reporters at the SDG Summit 2024 in Kuala Lumpur today. And she added by using contemporary methods to measure specific needs, the people's requirements in terms of access to education can be better addressed. The Johor State Government, through various agencies including Department of Agriculture and Pharma, signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU worth 83.33 million ringgit with numerous parties to ensure the success of the state's food security agenda. According to State Exco Datuk Zahari Sarip, this is a strategic cooperation between the public and private sector in developing agro-food sector in the state. Among the projects included in the MOU were agro-food plantation development project and agro-based industry, products quality development as well as technological and expertise exchange. The MOU was signed at the Johor Pavilion in conjunction with the ongoing Malaysia Agricultural, Horticulture and Agritourism Exhibition MAHA 2024. Various innovations in smart farming are on display throughout the exhibition, including exhibits by 18 government agencies and departments, product sales, podcasts, and entrepreneurs and cultural performances. Foreign investors continued net buying for the fifth straight week ahead of expected easing by the US Federal Reserve. MIDF Amanah Investment Bank said that foreign investors bought net equity worth 217.6 million ringgit last week. Utilities, real estate and construction are the three main sectors that recorded the highest net foreign inflows. Meanwhile, sectors with the highest net foreign outflows, including consumer products and services, financial services and healthcare. Local institutions ended a 4-week net selling streak with net buying of 3.5 million ringgit. Meanwhile, local retailers switched to net sales amounting to 221.1 million ringgit after recording a net purchase of 162.2 million ringgit the previous week. MIDF also reported that the average daily trading volume increased by 12.5% among local institutions and by 10.6% among foreign investors, while local retailers experienced a 5.4% decline. Malaysia's ASEAN Chairmanship next year presents an excellent opportunity for the country to strengthen trade relations, not only with ASEAN members but also with strategic partners. Malaysia External Trade Development Corporation MATRADE Chairman Datuk Sri Rizal American emphasised on ASEAN's role as Malaysia's largest export market, amounting nearly 26% of trade. He said approximately 18% of Malaysia's total global exports are directed to the region.
It will definitely give us a greater opportunity to promote and then to enhance the trade relation, not just Malaysia with ASEAN, but with neighbouring plus ASEAN.
Datuk Sri Rizal American was met on the sidelines of the Malaysia International Halal Showcase MIHAS 2024. Thai economy to get jolt from stimulus rollout this month. The visit of the Yang di-Pertuan Agong His Majesty Sultan Ibrahim to China from 19th to 22nd September marks a significant milestone in Malaysia-China diplomatic relations, which is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year. In a statement, Istana Negara announced that His Majesty's visit would usher in a new chapter of close friendship between Malaysia and China. According to the statement, Sultan Ibrahim expressed that Malaysia's relationship with the Republic has brought numerous benefits over the past 5 decades. His Majesty is confident that there are various areas both parties can explore together, particularly in sectors such as the digital economy, green development and industrialization. The King is scheduled to meet with Prime Minister Li Qiang, followed by a meeting with President Xi Jinping. The King will also visit the Beijing COMAC Civil Aircraft Technical Research Center to observe the latest developments in China's aviation technology, besides meeting with the Malaysian diaspora in China. The launch of Thailand's $13.5 billion handout program later this month is certain to give a lift to the economy. Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra said on Tuesday, as her government promised more stimulus measures ahead. The government will distribute about 145 billion baht, about $4.36 billion, or a third of the overall amount, from 25th September to low-income earners and vulnerable groups to kickstart the stimulus drive. Less than 40 million Thais are expected to sign up to receive payments of 10,000 baht, which is $300, mostly via a smartphone application to be spent within 6 months in their communities. About 14.5 million people will receive payments next week. The measure is the flagship policy of the populist Pheu Thai Party, which leads the government and is keen to boost an underperforming economy shackled by high household debt, weak spending and a slow recovery in exports, a key driver. The central bank expects the economy to grow just 2.6% this year. The digital wallet scheme has been criticized by economists, including 2 former central bank governors, as being fiscally irresponsible. The government rejects that, but has struggled to find sources of funding. Sports, Zhijia suffers shock first round exit at China Open. Li Ziqia's time at the BWF China Open was brief, as the Malaysian shuttler lasted less than half an hour, 29 minutes to be exact, as he went out in straight games in the first round to Japan's Koki Watanabe on Tuesday in Changzhou, China. The second game was particularly forgettable for the Paris 2024 Olympic men's singles bronze medalist, who lost 21-15, 21-2. Ziqia didn't win his first point until Watanabe was up 15 love. The 26-year-old independent player captured bronze in the Paris Olympics and was making his first competitive appearance since losing in the opening round of the Japan Open last month. Ziqia will be hoping to bounce back when he competes next in the Arctic Open from 8th to 13th October in Finland. Cristiano Ronaldo-less Al Nassr began their AFC Champions League elite campaign with a 1-1 draw away to Al Shorta in Baghdad on Monday. Ronaldo missed the trip to Iraq for his side's West Region group opener due to a viral infection. It was a nervy start for the Saudi side, with goalkeeper Bento's misplaced pass going straight to Bassam Shakir, but luckily for Al Nassr, Mohammad Simakan managed to block the Al Shorta midfielder's shot. Luis Castro's men recovered to strike the first blow in the 14th minute after Sultan Al Ghanam latched on to Otavio's delightful pass, with the Al Nassr captain calmly picking his spot in the bottom corner. The home side found its way back into the game in the 24th minute when Muhammad Dawood benefited from a mix-up between Simakan and Salim Al-Naji to plant a precise shot into the top corner. Al-Shota was then awarded a penalty in the 40th minute after Simakan blocked Dawood's run. However, it was changed to a free kick after a VAR check deemed the infringement occurred outside the box. Al Nassr began the better of the two sides in the second half, but despite being on the back foot, Al Shota did well to deny further opportunities for Al Nassr to start their campaign with a solid point. Elsewhere, former Barcelona midfielder Frank Kessie scored with a second-minute strike to give Saudi Arabia's Al Ahly a 1-0 win over Iranian side Persepolis in Jeddah on Monday in the AFC Champions League elite opener. Riyad Mahrez failed to double the hosts' advantage when he saw his 59th minute penalty saved by Alexis Guandos after recent signing Ivan Toney had been cut down inside the area. Asia's Continental Championship has undergone a significant overhaul for the new season, with the opening phase reduced from 40 to 24 clubs and teams facing off in the Swiss League format. The top 8 finishers in the 12-team leagues in East and West Asia will progress to the knockout rounds in March, with the quarterfinals, semi-finals and final all to be played in Saudi Arabia in April and May.
Perlawanan bola sepak Liga Super 2024 terus memburu ruang bagi mendominasi perlawanan. Aksi-aksi dan asakan terus diledahkan, menggegar setiap pertempuran. Jumaat 20 September, Kedah Darul Aman FC bertemu Seri Pahang FC 8.30 malam di saluran OK. Saksikan juga secara penstriman langsung di RTM Klik.
And that's it from us this evening. In our top story, Halal Industry, a pivotal role in driving Islamic economy. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Thanks for watching and have a pleasant evening.